Can we all stand for the Pledge of Allegiance?
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. Item 4, going right into it, is an ordinance declaring a local emergency and authorizing emergency powers relating to the impact of coronavirus disease 2019, aka COVID-19, for the Village of Broadview, County of Cook, State of Illinois. Is everyone given the legislation?
Motion to approve.
Second.
It's been properly motioned by Trustee Jones, seconded by Trustee Tierney to approve this. Madam President?
Thank you, Mr. Clerk. This ordinance is an ordinance to approve emergency powers relating to the impact of the coronavirus, also known as COVID-19. This is just so that we won't stop operations and we can make immediate ramifications as we are notified from the governor.
Okay.
Trustee Jones?
Yeah, I'd like to ask the attorney a question. Sure. Can't we just create like a pass-through ordinance, once the state declares an emergency, that automatically Broadview would go through an emergency process, where we would have to do this every time an emergency comes up? The mayor would be granted certain rights under the emergency edict put down by the state, or we can't do that?
We can pass. Can I ask one question?
Sure.
Madam Chair, Mr. Trustee, can you confirm that the trustees are not participating on the telephone, Mr. Clerk?
Yes.
Because if they are, I'm going to move over there.
Okay.
I just want to make sure they're not on.
Just
Just
clarification, Trustees Abraham and Miller, are you present?
No, they're, okay, so we'll put on the record that they're not participating at this point in time. Yes, you could, we could also do another ordinance where we say, in the event of emergencies so declared by the president, the governor, the
Whatever.
elected official, that these protocols will kick in.
Right.
This is somewhat of a fluid situation.
Well, I know that.
And this is what a lot of municipalities and other municipal lawyers are preparing to deal with this situation. If in a later date we come up with a standard protocol for these, I'm more than happy to modify it. We wanted something in place.
Oh, I'm not questioning what we're
yeah.
doing here. What I'm asking, in the case of expediency.
Yeah.
In other words, so that the mayor, whoever's sitting in that mayor's chair, at some point in time doesn't have to go through this particular process. And if in fact whatever happens in the future emergencies has some variations, then you come back and revisit it. But I think we should just have a standard operating procedure. Once the president calls an emergency, the governor or whoever calls an emergency, we should automatically have certain things should just automatically kick in, and the mayor should be able to just announce in a board meeting that based on the governor's determination of a statewide emergency, we are now going into Broadview's emergency action plan for the village. Mm-hmm. Same way the police and fire department have automatic emergency action plans. Once an emergency is announced, you guys do certain things with the fire department, right or wrong? Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's a standard protocol. It's SOP.
That makes it simple.
It simplifies it, right. And then the second question is, because we're doing this today, does it have a end date on it? Because I'm looking at the last page, section 18, where it says that this order shall be effective immediately and unless repealed, modified, extended, it shall continue to the conclusion of the next board meeting. Does that mean that this ends at the end of the next board meeting, or are we going to carry this on until the emergency is lifted? So that's my question.
In reverse order.
In reverse order.
If you don't mind. So attached, if I may, Madam Chair, attached to the ordinance is adoption of certain policies. Those policies track the governor's determination and would expire on March 31st unless they're extended based upon the governor's findings. So the last sentence, so I'm gonna cut it up. I'm gonna go policies then ordinance.
Okay.
So these emergency policies and procedures shall apply at least until March 31st, 2020, and may be further extended, amended, or revoked depending on the status of the COVID-19 pandemic. The intent is for flexibility, but also to track what the governor's doing.
And I get that. I guess my question is does that mean at the conclusion of the next board meeting, would we have to go back and vote to extend this thing beyond, is where I'm going?
No, it is,
Well, it says it will continue until the conclusion of the next board meeting. It concludes at the end of the next board meeting. Would we have to come back and extend it is the question. I mean, you know, I'm just trying to make sure that we do this right the first time. Section 18, here you go, man.
yeah, Section 18.
This right here,
Yeah, I am, I would prefer based on this language, or we could change the language. We could do a friendly amendment to Section 18.
I don't, what would we amend it to?
I would say, my recommendation is, if we do amend it, that we amend Section 18, that it is continued until the governor's state of emergency is lifted.
That's
Striking
fine.
the language shall continue until the conclusion of the next village board meeting.
Then I would like to amend my motion to approve this and include the change in the verbiage here.
Then you're going to, are you asking for an amendment of the motion, or are you asking to change your motion?
I'm asking to amend the motion, well, change the motion.
Okay, so you're asking for an amendment to the motion.
Right,
So that would need a second, and it would be debatable.
all right.
It's been seconded.
And all I want to do is change the language in number 18 to reflect it to match the date and time that the governor ends the emergency for the state of Illinois as opposed to the conclusion of our board meeting.
So noted.
Okay?
Yeah, Madam Chair,
Can
can
you
I
make
just
sure
address?
that you correct?
Yeah, can I, so we will circulate the revised iteration.
Exactly.
We always want to keep these kind of swaths of power as short as possible. That's why we want board to board, but this is unprecedented what's going on right now. We all know it. The horse is beaten. We all know that this is on there. It will be stricken, shall continue, the language, conclusion of the next village board meeting will be replaced with conclusion of the state of emergency as decreed by Governor Pritzker. And no one has any objections to that language.
No.
So we have the motion
That's-
to amend, and then we'll have the substantive motion after.
Right. You gotta have a vote.
Yeah, I'd like to
Motion to
vote.
amend.
Yeah, I'd like to vote on the motion to amend.
Okay, so at this time, Madam President, if we have no discussion prior to, like to take a vote, a roll call on the substantive motion to,
No.
The motion to
The
amend.
motion to amend
We
first.
start with the motion to amend, then we're back on the substantive.
okay, so the motion to amend first. Roll call, trustee Jones.
Aye.
Trustee Senior.
Yes.
Trustee Tim.
Yes.
Trustee Horn.
Yes.
Okay, that motion to amend passes 4-0. Now, do we have discussion?
Motion to approve.
I already got the motion
Oh,
to
okay.
approve, the revised motion and seconded by Tierney.
Okay,
So, Madam President, did you have discussion?
I'm done.
You-
I have
Trustee Senior? Trustee
I don't have
Tierney?
anything.
Trustee
Nothing.
Horn? No.
Would you like a roll call?
Roll
now?
call, please.
Roll call, trustee Jones.
Aye.
Trustee Senior.
Yes.
Trustee Tierney.
Yes.
Trustee Horn.
Yes.
Trustees Miller and Abraham are absent. This carries 4-0. Thank you.
Can I put something on the record, Madam Chair, Mr. Clerk?
Yes, please.
Trustees? We are here participating electronically pursuant to the authority of Section 6 under Governor Pritzker's Executive Order 2020-007. Just want to put it on the minutes, want to put it in the record so we all know what we're doing and for prosperity.
And that trustees Abraham and Miller are not available for this.
Correct, they are not participating, even though they are authorized to pursuant to Section 6 of the aforementioned.
All right,
Can I say one thing?
yes, please, ma'am.
As it relates to the emergency, we have a village-wide emergency plan that we've been working on for the past several months. So we should be circulating that once the chief come back off her leave. So when she get back, we'll circulate that so the trustees have an opportunity to see the emergency plan as it relates to village-wide, not just for fire and police, but village-wide. Okay, thank you, Mr. Clerk.
Thank you, Madam President. And Item 5 is there is no public comment available, so at this time.
Motion to
entertain a
adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
I'll
So
second.
moved. Yeah.
Been moved by trustee Jones, seconded by trustee Tierney. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say nay. Hearing no opposition, we are hereby adjourned from this emergency meeting at 8:53 PM. Thank you.